Okay, we have Morgan up.
Okay, so
Let's
this,
put the phones away, please, and pay attention. Actively pay attention.
okay, so this is my presentation. Okay, so that's a lot of words. I'm just kind of slow and stuff. So for the positionality essay, so I picked three that were challenged. That's easier. But the first part that was challenged was my religion. So as I don't know if I touched on this or not last semester, but I went to religious schools until I was in 6th grade, and it had like a really like negative aspect on my life because a lot of the beliefs that were like very strong at my schools, I don't personally believe in. Like and that made it hard for me to like accept myself truly for like who I am. And so I think that when in my example that I used, it was talking about a time when one of my classmates had brought up a part in the Bible where it said that homosexuality was a sin. And so he said that like in front of the whole class, and like at that time I wasn't out. So I just kind of like silently agreed with him. I was like, yeah, of course. But and that was like, it really challenged my my identity, like for me, because like seeing that, and it's like it makes me feel like, oh, I have to be straight in order for God to love me, and like all this and that. So that like was really hard for me, and I really like changed the way I thought about religion, and that was more hateful than love. And so that kind of reminded me of when Lauren is struggling with her religion, and she's like she's not sure like exactly what it is. She's trying to like interpret it for herself. So I think like that those reminded me of each other. The second one that was challenged was definitely my mental health. Going back to that school, like there was probably, I think there was 50 kids in the whole school. Like it was very small. There was like 6 kids in my class. So like everybody knew everybody. It made me feel very watched. It was like just not good for me in general. So I tried to like hide my mental illness and kind of tried to like like put on a mask so that nobody else could like actually see what was going on, like what was wrong, so that I could like direct the attention away from myself. So I think that reminded me of in Far From the Tree, where Joaquin, he's like so far away from everybody, he distances himself from everybody just so that they don't have to see like him for who he really is. And then so the third part that was challenged was the ability to choose kindness when you really like don't want to be kind to people. Like that's something that I tried really hard to choose kindness, because like in the Bible, it's always one of the verses in the New Testament is when he's telling people love one another as I have loved you, and of course he loves everyone unconditionally. So that's something that I like personally really try to go like take in my daily life. So that was challenged, especially in that school where everybody, they were very mean. Like for being a bunch of kids that are supposed to be like learning about God all the time, they're really mean to me. So and like I don't think anything was like really fair in that school. So that challenged me, and that kind of reminded me of when Lauren is like, she's trying her very hardest to like make sure that everybody is included in her group, and like she's making sure they all have a say, even though she doesn't really. I thought she didn't really think that they all. That's it. So there's that. So for question 5, this was skill. I struggled with internal and external conflicts. I had not mastered it, but like at the beginning, I was like, oh, like I didn't really understand the whole. I didn't get the whole concept, so it was. I can't really read this, but it says one example of identifying different conflict was. Oh no, it doesn't. What is it? The girls are starting to tell him that he's not wrong, but we know that he already doesn't believe them and that his opinion will change. So that's one of the things I was like, I don't know, like, is this internal or external? Like, this, yeah. I have not mastered that skill yet, so that's just something. For number 6, the knowledge has been most transformative. So this was intellect. So this one, it says people prioritize profit over other people's lives. I think that that has like really changed my view of like society in general because I used to be a very optimistic person when I was younger and I was like, oh, everything's like sunshine and rainbows and it's all good. But like, you know, growing up, you realize that like there's a lot of very greedy people in the world and they prioritize like, in like the government, they really prioritize like money over everybody and anything else in the world. So I think that one was that was like a hard one to learn for me. So this is for criticality. The one that a revelation that I had was that being able to control yourself and your emotions is a very like powerful thing. So in this one, it says that for power, one's emotions and age determine how he acts, and he can't control himself, which and oppression. He hurt somebody that he loved and is traumatized because of it. So him not being able to control his emotions really hurt him in the long run. And I feel like it's like a really good power. Like you need to be able to control your emotions and know that like, I don't know, like I feel like it's very important to be able to control yourself. So the assignment that I'm most proud of is this one. I was doing this, I did this for like 5 hours, it took a really long time, but I tried my best to get everything in there and do any correction that I had in the first portfolios. So I was like, I'm really proud of this. So of course, since I was still writing this, I didn't have evidence for it, but I really like this assignment. I think that I took all my mistakes from my past portfolios and I was like, okay, this is what I really have to do. So for number 9, the one that needs the most improvement. So I said that my first portfolio, I did not use any evidence at all. Like it's very clear that we have to use evidence, but there's not a single quote in that. I checked. It was like 1 page long. Like it didn't even like it was bad. It was really bad. Like in general. And all my answers were like 2 sentences, 2 or 3 sentences. And I didn't really know in depth. And so I thought that, you know, like if I would actually said everything that I was feeling, because I'm like afraid, I guess, to say everything that's coming to my mind. Actually fully answer questions because I don't want to get too personal. But I think that like finding that balance was like very good for me. And like I think I really improved this year on that. What is helping me learn in this class? So personally, I like having a lot of friends in this class. I know like she's not friend, but like we be working together sometimes. In like first hour, I'm like, hey, what you do? But Ms. Ramirez, she's like, I like having friends in this class that I can talk to outside of this class and like actually, and we feel like work together and get all that stuff done. So that's really helpful. This is like corrections. Okay, so I realized that, of course, like when I was doing my improvements, like I didn't have as many quotes, I wasn't going in depth. And so I was trying to look at my feedback and just really helpful. By the way, I love seeing like there's a lot of notes on that one. So I tried to look back at everything and you know make sure that I like hit every single point. And I was like, I worked really hard on this last week. So and then number 12. So my goals are 1 to stay on top of my work because it was a lot of work this year, and I was kind of I was procrastinating. Like, of course, I play sports year round, so not being able to think like home until 9 o'clock and like then having to do all of this work, like it was a lot. So I would just feel I wouldn't be motivated enough, and I just like wouldn't do it to the best of my ability. So and then 2, try my best for every assignment, which I was thinking like a lot of the time for not just this class, I I can just like half-ass it. I'm like, okay, whatever, like, it's fine. Like it's done. And so that's obviously I'm trying to get the best grades possible. So yeah, so I mean I could do better in that way. And then really make a schedule for myself. I'm a very forgetful person. I have like y'all should see my notes. It's so bad. Like it's yeah. So I think that making a schedule for myself would really help. And then this last one, what have I learned about myself? I learned that if I really put my mind to something that I can do it, like I can really do it, which was evident in my first and third, or I think it's third, right? In those portfolios. And I was looking back at my previous work, and it's like there's a huge difference between when I'm trying and when I'm not. So
Real quick, what did you do well? What did you do well? Great job, great job.